Okay, we've just gone live. Welcome, my name is Tanya Jooste. I am live on my page, Botanically, an alchemy of soothing botanic ingredients. And this is where I do my regular continued education on a Thursday, every Thursday, even if I'm not in internet connection, and I try and send a video if I'm not live. But there's always going to be a communication or education about essential oils on my page every single Thursday. And it has been going on for quite a while, because we're into episode 32 already today. I can see people are starting to log in, so if you want me to give you a shout out, just go say hi in the comments so I can see you are there. And we will have exciting recipes again today for a very beautiful oil, which is really beautiful smelling as well. I can see Zahira's just logged in. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on today. And sorry for the scratchy throat. I have had a bit of a rhinovirus infection this week that has really taken hold of me. So thank goodness I do have some really powerful essential oils in my diffuser to keep open my airways. I've had quite a hectic schedule this week with presenting classes, and luckily the oils have supported me to such a manner that I was actually able to present all of them. I have this one today, and then I have another 101 Discover class this evening, and then most of the classes are done for the week. But on Saturday I have another event, so the oils have really supported me this week, which has been really amazing. I can see Shirley's already logged in as well. Welcome. And Jill. Hello, Jill. Glad to have you on. So today we're chatting about one of my very best friend's favorite oils. Catherine, this is yours, one of your absolute favorite oils, and it's called Black Spruce. And just a while ago, when doTERRA actually launched Black Spruce into the country, I was very excited so that I could get my hands on this oil, because I've had my eye on it for quite a while. I watched a very nice seminar or webinar, it must be almost more than a year ago now, talking about Black Spruce and the several physical and emotional benefits that it has. So I was very excited when it was launched into South Africa. I'm just going to do some more shout outs here. I can see on Instagram we have HB Verster, probably Verster, that has just joined. Welcome. Hello Marisa, bly jy's hier, and Beverly Ann, welcome. So yes, quite excited about this oil. And I got my hands on it as soon as I could. And if you remember way back when it was released, I actually did a really nice reference article then about the Black Spruce specifically because of the chemical constituents in there that are so incredible for skincare. So we will be talking about that a little bit today as well. But there's a lot more benefits about this beautiful oil. Daniel's just logged in from the UK as well. Excuse me. Welcome, Daniel. Awesome to have you here. And this is going to be the one for you today, because this is very much a male fragrance. They actually include Black Spruce very often in colognes for men because it's got a really amazing smell. Women are really attracted to it, by the way. So I even add it to my body care lotions and things because I really do enjoy the smell, especially when I start combining it with other essential oils. So let's start looking at this beautiful Black Spruce essential oil. It's got three main chemical constituents. There are actually quite a few more, but the three main ones, number first is Borneo Acetate, which is then an incredibly high concentration. Then we have alpha-pinene and then camphene. So let's start looking through some of the chemical constituents and specifically what they are doing in this Black Spruce essential oil. I can also see Essential Daily Drops has just joined. Welcome. So Daniel's saying now he's going to wear it all the time. Yes, Daniel, that is a very good idea. I'm sure Michelle is going to really appreciate it. All right, cool. So let's get started. I think the first one I want to talk about is Borneo Acetate, because this chemical constituent is very, very powerful. And because it's in Black Spruce in such a high concentration, these benefits are going to be really pronounced in this specific brand or specific species of oil. So what it does, and this is what I did that reference article on when I was talking about the skincare, it blocks the tyrosine 2 enzyme, which helps the production of melanin. So melanin is that darkening skin color that you get. So skin discoloration, in other words. Jerry's just logged in. Welcome. Thank you, Jerry. And yes, Zahira, you're logging back in and out and in and out. Your internet is probably doing what mine has been doing the whole week. I'm going to do the NLP thing quickly and say, Fiber, thank you so much for giving me a good connection today to do my live. And let's see what it does. So basically tyrosine is the one, it's the enzyme that produces the melanin. So when you're in the sun a lot, for example, it's a really good thing because the melanin protects your skin. But it can also overreact, and then you've got quite a lot of darker discoloration. And the Borneo acetate, sorry, tongue twister there, the Borneo acetate actually slows this enzyme, which means it's going to be really beneficial in skincare. And the Japanese, in fact, have been using this chemical constituent in their skin lightening products for very, very many years, probably a couple of hundred. It's also a plant that's very routinely used by ancient civilizations as well for many different things, and therefore this is a plant that is a really useful plant. Talking about the usefulness and how plants are sourced, I can see Quibus is just logged in as well. Welcome, welcome. This pine or this fir tree is one of those that was just a lot of they use the timber, but then basically what happened is that they let these trees fall onto the ground, and then they lie there and they are left to rot, okay, and they're not serving any purpose to anyone. So where we source our black spruce from is in Canada, and it's really amazing, this whole CO2 cycle and this carbon cycle that we can close off, because this is a completely carbon neutral oil to produce. Because what happens is when those trees are then cut down, they actually use the wood, and then the needles and the bark, what they can do with that is they can actually put it through, the bark is used in the plant for producing energy to run the stills for the essential oil, which is then isolated from the leaves, the needly leaves. So it's a complete closed circle, so it's completely recycled if you think about it as well, which is really exciting, going all about the sustainability of producing a black spruce essential oil. So this Borneo acetate doesn't stop with just the really good skincare. It's incredible for emotional benefits, which we'll get to in a second, but also very good for specifically pregnant women. And I know a lot of people say you shouldn't be using essential oils for pregnant women. There are a lot of them that are really safe. You just need to go and do a little bit of research and not just listen to all the yay and naysayers online. So basically, the Borneo acetate is really beneficial specifically for boosting the immune cells which are found between the placenta and the uterus. So when you are pregnant, that specific sort of clump of cells, if you can stimulate them for immunity, you're going to do really well when you're pregnant, because you know when you're pregnant you can't take a lot of medications, especially if you're sick. So boost your immune system beforehand. So what you can do with this black spruce oil is add 2 to 3 drops of a good carrier oil, and here I would go for something like a jojoba, which is really nourishing, and then apply that to the belly area daily, and it's going to support the immune system. And more than that, if you want to sort of be proactive about those stretch marks, add a drop or 2 of myrrh to that, which is really good in that arena for the zigzags that are going to perhaps form, but maybe you catch them in time. So black spruce is a good one to put on the belly area, specifically for that reason. And this oil obviously then being really safe for use with pregnant women. Then we start looking at the alpha-pinene. Now, alpha-pinene, if you also remember, is in a very high concentration in frankincense. And this alpha-pinene is really grounding and it's really soothing. And this also contributes to the really powerful emotional benefits that this essential oil has. But more than that, what the alpha-pinene is very well known for is for cellular response. So cellular health, helping good cell turnover, incredibly immune boosting. Oh, Catherine's just logged in. No worries. You're going to have to catch the beginning because today's session is very much dedicated to you, Catherine. This is your favorite oil, remember, that we were chatting about. So just always go and catch the replay in the feed or go and catch it on my YouTube channel. And basically the alpha-pinene is really good for the cellular renewal. So thinking fine lines and wrinkles on the face, that's really going to be supported. But more than that, this is quite an interesting one, which I really love. It increases the macrophage activity. And that could be very sciencey. That's got to do with the immune system and with the healthy inflammatory response. But basically, if I can put that in normal language, the macrophages gobble up inflammation. So anywhere where you've got discomfort in joints or in muscles, then black spruce is going to be a really good one together with frankincense because they're both very high in alpha-pinenes. So also what this alpha pinene do, it's really good and supportive for respiratory health, but so too is the third chemical constituent, which is the camphene, and that's why it's really good in a diffuser as well. So not only does it smell very amazing when you combine it with other essential oils, but it's really good to clear the airways. It's an expectorant. All right, so if we can go back to the alpha pinene, the emotional side is incredibly important. So if you're thinking emotionally for trauma, for example, and blocks, then the alpha pinene is able to cross the brain barrier. So it's got a lot to do with what is going on in your brain, which is really amazing. But it really assists when you've got emotional blockages, when you have a fear, specifically for something that is connected to a negative event or trauma that has happened in your life before, during your life, or in if you believe in the constellation therapies and those kind of things in previous lives, or part of your family's sort of trauma that you are carrying. And then you can also move forwards, and what this helps you to do is it promotes courage. So moving away from those negative things that have happened, it helps you to move forward. So basically propels you in helping you to get rid of excess baggage, but it helps you to deal with it first. So this is a really powerful emotional oil, and for that very reason it's actually found in two of our emotional blends called Balance and Forgive. Both of them really grounding blends, and they're made specifically to help you move forward and to ground your feelings, to feel less frazzled. So really a powerful oil because of the very high alpha pinene concentration in there. I'm just going to talk about some other top uses as well. So it's got some steroidal activity too. So very good, for example, if you have hormone and stress related skin reactions. So really good to apply black spruce specifically for that. It's going to have like a steroid like effect. Very good because of the trauma side for wound healing after you've had surgery. So this is a really good essential oil to be using for assisting in the wound care after a surgery. Also really good for men and women, because women also suffer from low testosterone. It's not just men, and women with lower testosterone tend to not be able to build any muscle, and muscles degrade obviously as we grow older, and this is something that's why weight training becomes so incredibly important. So definitely a really good essential oil here to inhale aromatically, and therefore a good reason to put it into your homemade perfume as well, on the men and on the women's side. And you'll see I posted a really nice diffuser recipe earlier in the week that could also be made into a massage oil, which is really going to support you in the bedroom as well. I can see Janine is just also logged in. Welcome. Good to have you on today. So there's also some indication that black spruce may assist with the insatiable eating that some people get due to anxious feelings. So then it is a really good essential oil to be diffusing if you want to get rid of that kind of not so nice thing. So definitely a really good oil on the emotional side, even when you're starting to look at that eating habit. So emotional eaters, for example, this is going to be a really good essential oil for you. So if I can just sort of wrap it up, there's quite a few different things in here, but the alpha pinenes, think the cellular, the healthy immune response, the healthy inflammatory response, because of the Borneo Acetate, very calming, but really good for skincare. And then the expectorant and the steroidal effects, so it's very good in a diffuser, but also really good for skincare if you've got a kind of a hormonal breakout. And then if we start looking at some really nice recipes, I've got two very good recipes for you today. Obviously there was that diffuser recipe that I posted earlier in the week, but the two I'm going to mention today, the first one is called Muscle Trauma Release Roller. So this is made using black spruce, lavender, myrrh and ginger. And if you don't have ginger, not to stress, you can also replace it with something like turmeric, for example, or even our digestive blend called Zengest, because it has got quite a high concentration of ginger in there. But if you want the exact drops of how to make that roller, how you would use this trauma release roller specifically for muscles is to combine the ingredients and then roller it onto that muscle area quite often during the day. If you want the specific drops for that muscle trauma release, please just put in the comments for me muscle, and I'll get that recipe to your inbox as soon as possible after this live has ended. The next recipe we're going to look at that is really amazing is called our stress-free sleep diffuser blend. And this is actually one that I tried the other evening, and oh my, did it smell really, really amazing. So it contains black spruce, cedarwood, and frankincense. Now, frankincense being incredibly woody and very meditative and focusy, and then obviously we have the cedarwood, which is also a wood oil, very calming and soothing to the emotions, and then the black spruce because of the alpha pinene. So this is a really amazing blend. And for the diffuser blend, it's 5 drops black spruce, 4 drops cedarwood, and 3 drops frankincense. And you can add 1 drop of breathe in there as well if you just want to open up the airways even more. But for those, the 5-4-3 blend, if you would like me to send that to you via a message so that you don't have to quickly go and grab a notebook and a pen, just type in the comments for me sleep, and I'll get that diffuser recipe to you really quickly as well. So those are the 2 really amazing recipes that I have for you today. This black spruce oil is really an amazing essential oil with incredible benefits, both physical as well as emotional. So you should be using it quite often. I am definitely using it now a lot because of my respiratory tract. Obviously, I am sounding a lot better today, I must say. I am feeling a lot better too after the last two days. I'm going to laugh. Quibus is not saying sleep or muscle. He is saying beer, please. Yes, it's Thursday noon. I understand completely, but I am still a little bit under the weather from the cold, so I cannot have beer yet with you. So thank you guys so much. Today has been a really nice time researching this black spruce oil, because I have done some research on it on the past, but I think today just made it really clear to me why there are so many of us who are really fond of this particular smell. So go and add it into your recipes. Go and make your own pure fume so that you've got less toxins in the perfumes that you're using. And it's really going to assist with just a general feel-good mood and getting rid of baggage. So moving you from feeling halted to feeling acclaimed. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys all next week for my next Thursday live on my botanical page. Thank you. Cheerio.